Dalton. Today is actually a gameplay stream. Very rare. Hello Leila, hello Master Chicken. Give me 5 minutes or so before we start, just so we can have a few people come in, and then we'll start. I don't want to start right away, because some people are gonna miss the start. I know especially Beta wants to see this, because he bought the game actually for me. I would never buy this game myself. I don't buy games, I hate video games. I pay for them. Yes Leila, I saw the PC port comments. People actually thought it was PC port. This game looks creepy? I don't think it's creepy. You're very tired? Are you ever not tired, Leela? Does that really mean anything? Hello BLJ man? Yes, this is the new Mario hack. It's called Mario in the Office. WTF, this isn't Mario? It's not. Hello BGC. Yep. I'm just doing a single gameplay stream. I added RTX. Not really RTX, but I did I added real world lightings to Mario 64 yesterday. Well, Wisegate did. I just put them into my hack as well. So now the rank looks a lot better. I don't know if you saw it. Can you, does this actually show up on stream? Yeah. This is what we did. There's some really cool shots in here. That's probably the best shot. There. How cool is that? I'm not changing my Twitch text. Can't be fucked. Yes, this works on real hardware. This is actually faster on real hardware than the old way. Because the matrix stack fix makes it so that we don't have to multiply the camera matrix with every object. Which also lets us put the light into the real world. And I don't know where Beta is though. Beta wanted me to play this game. I'll just ping him. Hello Skyloft. Does it work on the cave level? Yes. I haven't added it yet, but it's gonna look so good on the cave level. Sony's a pile of shit. Not really new. What did I do, Skyloft?
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he
thank you for the sub.
Number 427.
I've played the normal version, but not the deluxe version.
427's job was simple.
And I don't remember the normal version at all.
In room 427, and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day.
Those are hard instructions, 12 milliseconds, that's tough.
Year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly.
Hello Pat Genki, hello Droid.
And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or
I like this setting.
Hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, movement feels alright. Camera is very sensitive, surprisingly, but I kinda like it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
You can't jump? Oh, I got an award for not jumping. Yo, Asta, yes, rare gameplay stream. The keyboard is so loud. Maybe I can move the microphone like over here. Is this better? With keyboard closer to the microphone, now your voice sounds like shit. How about this? I'm very close up now.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, so I gotta decide whether I follow him or I disregard them. I'm gonna follow him for now.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Oh, the broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
I will not listen to him. I think that's the part of the game where you just don't listen to him.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here. It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet.
I want to see what
Doing
happens.
anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
I'm gonna troll him.
Are you still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely
Narrator,
confused.
it's because you keep giving me new dialogue, which makes me believe that I'm doing something. That's why I'm still staying here.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right?
It's wrong.
If I'd said stand
My choice is staying.
past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
Is he gonna get pissed? In case you're an idiot.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet
Broom closet ending.
The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Do you guys find this concerning?
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid.
Not fat and
He
ugly.
probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
He hates me.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard.
Yep, I'm that
In a
narrator.
situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins.
Well, I'm
to
playing
take
Stanley here,
notice.
better. I'm
Hello?
immersed.
Anyone who happens to be nearby, the person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another.
Please leave the room now. Why?
Sure they understand basic
What's gonna happen if I stay?
Video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and
the Broom Closet ending is my favorite.
All right. When you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Sure, buddy. Just kidding. The longer you stay in the room, the more viewers you lose. Well, I hope that's not true. Look, you guys are making me believe there's an actual ending here. The narrator almost had me believe that this is the end, but you guys make me think there's more.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on. You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? A fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Do we have to do it again? Come on, narrator. You mean the fish? You mean the fish? There's a fish? That's it. I have had enough. Come on. This has to... No? Okay. I think we're done here.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, I'll listen to him. Where's my boss live? Is that my boss's office?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him.
Oh, it's too bad I couldn't have known.
An extra secret pin number.
I'm a character. I don't know.
845.
No,
Of course,
I can't get it.
Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Fine, I'll do it. Secret keypad.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs.
Here.
Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing.
How the hell am I gonna do this on controller?
Passageway.
That sounds way worse. First person game with a controller? No way. I did try to press up, just for the record. Hello, Ricardo. No death stream today? No. I got the Stanley Parable. I want to play this.
Deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
What the hell? Can I go back up? Yeah, I'm scared of... Oh god.
Oops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office?
Bye, Dickar.
That's a great question.
Did you get the Broom Closet ending? I think I did. So what now?
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. what a decision you've made to come up here and look at
I
the
get
office
scared,
again.
narrator.
This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have.
Hello,
An
Mithril.
incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other.
I'm not
weaving
speedrunning.
a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow.
I can't go to the
I'm
broom closet.
bolted to the
They locked
edge
me
of my
out.
seat.
Okay, let's go back down. I don't think there's anything here.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down.
I
again.
walked past
This
10 jokes.
gentleman, how does he keep coming
Unlucky.
up with all of this?
I'll take hints, but I won't take
This time,
directions.
Stanley will walk forward into the spooky corridor, won't he? Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yeah, I'm down for mind control. Seems a bit more interesting.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Uh-huh. So-called free thinkers.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building.
Oh shit, I'm being
Stanley's
filmed.
coworkers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a
Jump
screen.
off? I can't jump yet.
Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
I think I get to jump later, but I have no idea.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
Oh, do I
Had
get the
Stanley
suicide
been under
ending?
someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Twitch room. Well,
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even
I have
possible?
no idea better.
Had he truly spent his entire life utterly
That is crazy.
blind to the world?
Ammo Rothen's employee
Here was
428.
the proof. The heart of the operation.
I wish
Controls labeled.
she'd
with
be right next to me then.
emotions,
That would be weird
or
actually.
sad, or content.
Imagine you're just
Walking,
working in an office and one of the office
all of
rooms
it
is just
monitored
some
and
girl in a hot
commanded
tub.
From this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
But it is already offline. I don't need to dismantle it. Vesting's house? I literally know nothing about Vesting other than that he's a simple flips jokes and apparently he eats poop. That is my entire knowledge on what Vesting is. I see again gain the ability to jump. Nice.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
No, nothing. I can't just back out. I have to do it. Alright. Hello, Kirby. I'm turning it on.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself.
Stanley
Is
loved that
what you
dive.
wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley.
He wants it
I applaud
back.
your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating
so this is the nuclear bomb ending, huh?
How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is
the narrator is so salty.
What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me.
Why so salty?
What all this means, I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated. All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free.
I wonder if these do anything.
That was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times,
these are all fake. They don't do anything.
To the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this though.
Right.
This version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich.
This does nothing.
I hate to see it go.
It's all
I'm
fake.
sure whatever I come up with on the next go around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm
it's all fake.
So much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
Yes, narrator. That is it.
When you saw that timer, that something in this room was capable of turning it off?
Nope, I think it's all fake.
Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room.
Because I don't know what else to do, narrator.
No,
I would be bored if I didn't.
Or this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something
I
here
hate this
will
guy.
save me. Why would you think that, Stanley?
I'm not thinking that.
This video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment.
It's probably a secret way to turn it off and it's like another ending.
That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge.
Just have a party.
It's a tragedy. You wanted
You're about to die, why not party? How do I have a party?
But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom.
Can you make it 2
No
seconds?
ending here. Just you being blown to pieces.
Jump? I don't have a jump. I can't even party.
Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life.
Well, this is probably gonna give someone some kind of sickness. 20 seconds left to what? To run around aimlessly. Okay. The narrator seemed very, very salty. How about we just listen to him once and then we can just go off track.
Gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Let's go to the meeting room.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Do you actually remember the original one? Not really. Like, I know that there is a bunch of endings and you keep restarting in the first room, but that's it.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Alright.
Stepping into his manager's office,
We'll listen to him this
Stanley
time.
was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even
called
have a
me
single
out.
minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy.
I'm not
So
anxious.
he relaxed for a few moments
No!
with some calming new age music.
Why? Fuck you. I'm getting trolled by a video game.
And rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
He L plus ratioed me. He did.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind
I listened to him
Control
just
Facility.
this one time.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength? to
50
find out?
endings, holy shit. Well, I guess we got the first one already.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed.
The new endings are to be taken with a grain of
An
salt.
employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The
It skip
lives
weight
of so
by
many
climbing on
individuals
tables?
reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally
I don't see
monitored in
it.
this place where freedom
I have no
meant
idea how to climb
nothing.
up. I still don't know how to jump.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was
He
happy
did
with
climb
his
but went back
boring
down.
job? That his emotions had been manipulated
I
to
don't see it.
accept it blindly?
Jump is a glitch.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His
Press
own
Alt F4
life
to jump.
in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it?
Doesn't work.
Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with
Press Alt
emotions.
F3, why?
Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began
You have to get the
sink
anyway
in,
jump and restart while you can
Stanley
jump.
decided that this machinery
Alt F4 close the game. What? What? No way. Twitch chat was a troll all along. Alright, narrator, I listen to you. You better make this good.
blackness, and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won.
I won.
He had defeated the machine.
I beat Stanley Parable in
Unshackled
26
himself from
minutes.
someone else's
Speedrun world
command.
record.
Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold?
Will I ever
As
find out?
sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would
These
anyone
stairs
tell him
are a
where to
slope.
go, what to
Do you
do,
guys see that?
or how to
They're not
feel.
stairs. It's a slope.
Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin.
I'm free.
The feeling of
I do, Jacob.
liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him.
I'm finally
This
touching
was
grass.
exactly
Oh
the
my god.
way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Climb the mountain. I can't control anything. It's a cutscene. Hey, I beat the game. Well. That was something.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Yeah, narrator, I'm sorry, but your story sucks.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Your story really sucks. I'm not gonna listen to the narrator anymore. New content? You know what? The narrator would want me to go into the new content door.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Well, I mean, he told me a story and he was so salty about me following a story, and the story wasn't even good.
It had really been worth the detour after all.
You're wrong,
Just
dude.
to spend a few
Your room's
moments here
ugly.
in this immaculate,
Fuck your
but
narrator.
eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I did, but BG suit. I played the
And
original.
So he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
We're gonna find out
But Stanley
what is
didn't
in
want
this.
to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now, in order to get back, he needed to go,
I don't wanna get back.
from here, it's, left.
My left or your left?
Oh, no, it's to the right.
Fuck
My
you.
mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Sure, buddy. Take your time.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Okay, maybe this story is better. This last one sucked.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
Really?
And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Alright. Anything new in here? There was a new content door.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
My setup looks very similar to that. But
Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
it's very
It was
true.
right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere.
Get your shit together, dude.
It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
I wanna go through that one. Okay, since I wanna go through that one, I'm gonna go for here and then left. Hehe. Everyone knows what you did, they're just holding
I'll
back
say
to let
it,
you torture yourself.
This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
God damn it. I was in the back rooms.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
What
Stanley
could it
decided
mean?
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Still go in there. Let's see. No rooms this time around.
It's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Narrator, I don't want to find the story. Your story sucked. And I already heard it.
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story.
It's non-Euclidean space.
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
God damn it. And there's somewhere else.
Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing...
What's in the 420 room? I wish I knew.
You win! Congratulations!
I win again!
I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
No, I couldn't get up. GG easy.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we
The
don't get
adventure
lost,
line.
I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Still can't go into 420. Yeah, that's not... Nope. Let's see. Oh, it's this shit again.
I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
What? He won't let me be here? Fine. I wonder if the room changed again. The intro. Nope. Fine, I'll follow the line. Nothing.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction.
Yeah, I don't
Onward,
think it
Stanley,
does.
To destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story?
It's a better story than what you told me, narrator.
Are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow
Just
this
drill a
train of
hole in the
thought
wall.
for a minute. Just stick with me. Now we can both
Can I-
agree that the nature of existence is in fact a
The collision here
byproduct
is not the
of one's
visuals.
subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office,
sad.
is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird.
Don't
back
pretend to
there.
be so deep, bro.
Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what?
Is that
I think
censored?
What we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
What an adventure! I'm willing to follow the line just so the music stops.
the music. Go back and look at that fern.
No. What you gonna do if I don't?
Wait,
huh?
what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Oh boy. I don't have a good feeling about this. Oh. No fern? No fern.
Stanley, this fern will be very important.
Oh
later in
shit,
the
fern
story.
after all.
Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Nope. I decide not to engage in the fern. I think this is the way.
Oh,
Not this again.
Not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
The Twitch room. I'm determined to find the other
You know
employees.
what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us?
True.
We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own
No,
story?
narrator, you
Something
can't. Your story
exciting,
sucked.
Daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Which room did he open? Which room was it? I did not see it. Here. What does he mean to the narrator? Because the first time around he got so salty I didn't follow a story, and then the second time the story sucked.
Forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild.
He's like, oh, I need you to
Use
follow
your
my story,
imagination.
but the story
Whatever
sucked.
it might be, Stanley.
Why are you so insistent?
I'm ready for it.
Guy just got bad taste.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines
Yeah, dude.
or monitor rooms.
At least on this one I
Just
agree with him.
acknowledge it.
Fuck the
We should be
line.
fine.
Yep, goodbye line.
Ah, a choice.
Alright.
We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the
I need my other wrist protector.
I believe I need a minute to think here.
I'm pinching my
Just walk
nerves.
in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each
Fuck
door
you.
has to lead
I'm going this
somewhere,
way.
which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to
Thinks it's the
where
wrong
we're
direction?
going?
Exactly.
And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Your logic did not make any sense, dude. Oh. Can't defy the confusion ending.
Oh, hold up, what's this?
Been playing the confusion ending for 17 minutes?
You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed
the
to
monitor
restart
and
the
the
game
rest resets?
eight times?
Oh
Really
god.
how all this goes?
This was all one ending?
Determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide?
Well, okay.
Why
Well,
don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really?
I guess I know what's gonna happen the next 3 rounds. I hope it's
The game
not.
to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
I will do it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door.
I'm dumb? Did I do it wrong?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided
You didn't
to
even
go
let
up
them
to his
finish?
boss's office.
Yeah, I
Coming
didn't
to a
wanna.
staircase, Stanley walked
I
upstairs
fucked it
to
up.
his boss's office.
I hope I didn't. Cringe? What do you mean?
But
I thought I had
Stanley just
agency.
didn't do it.
I thought this was a
He
game.
considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be
You are
fired
right
for
there.
that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk?
Well, too
All
bad.
because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe,
Look, on the table it clearly said we need to
maybe I
restart.
am crazy.
And it didn't.
All
Like
of
it
my
did.
co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense.
You guys should
And
blame
as
the game,
Stanley
not me.
pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his
Oh
feet
shit.
when he looked down?
We got the fourth
Why
wall
did
ending.
doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating?
Fuck.
No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation.
Hello, Legend. No hiking today.
His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying.
Which ending we got so far? We got the broom ending. We got the dying ending. We got the ending where I actually followed the story. And apparently we were halfway through the confusion ending, but when I restarted the game I ruined it all.
And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner.
It said I should restart the game and I did, but apparently everyone says I did it wrong.
Everything that I'm doing and thinking.
But like
Now the voice was
99%.
describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all
God, this
very
guy
odd,
thinks he's
and
so
wondered if
smart.
This voice spoke to all people in their dreams. The truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for
This
certain
narrator
beyond
could be a
doubt
Big Bang
that this
Theory
was, in fact, a
character.
dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control.
How I'm gonna prove it?
That this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside.
Shit, I don't know where I'm.
Let me wake up.
Go backwards?
he thought to
I can't. The doors close
I'm
automatically.
through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please. It's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife.
Why
and
is
my
there a
job.
voice in my head? I am not
All I
schizophrenic.
want
I
is
am
my
just
life
Stanley.
Exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
I'm not. Ah, fuck. We're still here.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
What's that? The schizophrenic ending?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
We unlocked a new character?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself.
What?
Then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Yep, we got the schizophrenic ending.
She turned to go call for an ambulance. For just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal.
Glad I'm normal.
I am sane.
Me too, dude. Me too.
In control of my mind.
I'm very normal.
I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Huh. We got the schizophrenic getting run over on the street ending, huh? So that's what this is? We are a schizophrenic man in a factory.
Were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I bet the new content was there again. Yep, I knew it.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Can I not get over there? Oh, it's this room. I wanna go where they will not let me go. Can I control this somehow?
And thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home
Is this
computers.
Portal reference?
After receiving
Or was it
critical and
Half-Life?
commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Me too, narrator.
Okay,
Let's see
so
it
far
together.
it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere? Oh, there we go. All
Orange
finally,
box?
at
I
long
missed it.
last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
I'm not surprised that this was made in Unity. Unity can look good, it's just that a lot of people make it look really bad. The same thing actually happens with the Lightning Engine in Mario 64. All the remix made on it look like dog shit, but the stuff Voice Guy shows actually looks really good.
Okay, let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Jump?
All right.
I can jump?
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Well, this has to be really loud for you guys. Oh, I'm out of jumps.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive.
Wow, the narrator
It's just
hates it.
elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The
Please
Stanley
don't.
Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And if... Oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yeah.
Everyone's telling me
I
about the
knew
jump
there had to be
glitch,
something
but I'm not
else.
gonna
Let's
abuse
see.
it if I don't
I'm
see
ready
how
for
to abuse it
whatever it
myself. Hydration.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market.
It's intentional,
for
but I need
no
to figure out
reason
how to
other
figure it
than
out
to make
first.
an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In
Hello,
fact, I'm
Twister.
looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says test achievement.
It wouldn't help, but
please ignore.
it'll already be
What
too late at that
quality
point.
assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm
Inspiring,
offended. I intend to find
arguable.
these people on Twitter.
It's just very
and hold them
meta.
personally accountable.
We find them on Twitter. Let's go.
I built
I'm
up
ready.
too
I
much
got a big
anticipation
account.
around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say?
Dude, I think the narrator can't hear me, but I hate him. Yes, I just saw the jump circle. Well, this is not the Stanley Parable I knew.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent.
Do I trust him one more time or not? I don't know whether I should trust him. Chat, trust him, don't trust him. Fuck him. Trust, trust. Everyone's saying trust. I will trust him. Sus? Oh god. We are venting.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it.
Yo.
Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone.
This is an
It's
interesting
where I've
art
been
style.
storing all my favorite
Okay, the plants
memories
look
so I
shit,
can
but this
relive
one?
the peak experiences of my
I could
life
imagine this art style from their
whenever
own
I
game.
want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
My computer's chugging. It should be OBS only. Some of it is good, others is it's kind of
You
inconsistent.
see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory
think.
Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October
yes,
of
the good old
2013,
time.
when the game originally launched. Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
The time is wrong. I set the time too. The game praised me for setting the time. This was me in SketchUp. Hey, Struggle. Did you see this part? Loving manly little Stanley. Oh, you already have to go, Struggle? How sad.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game
What a
ever
dumb review.
created. Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game.
Every game ever.
Created. It was Skyrim. It was
Was it
Persona
also my
3.
ROM
It was
X?
all of them. And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a
Can you read any other Memory of the Dead ammo? No, I thought it was cute.
lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Memory zone maintenance. Fire? Oh. I thought I could burn it all down. Person of the year. That's me. It's all of us, morphed into one picture. Let's stay to see the yellow button. Okay, well, you won't press the yellow button and you're going to stay.
Here's another moving passage, this time
Kidding,
from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games,
Tom's favorite
and one that
repeating,
offers some of the most
famous
enjoyable,
repeatable carpet
surprising,
textures.
and rewarding
It's pretty good.
choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't
I always
need
think someone
anything
wants to go
else.
the
It
wrong way
didn't
first.
need
This is a
new
game structure. It should be
content.
blah 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 blah.
It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
I hate all these people. They are all so what's the word? They're like, oh, we're so smart for understanding meta commentary. Oh my god. They're just stroking their own dicks to like, oh, I understand meta commentary.
To go back, to have it all over again.
What? Do we just leave now? The series room out. Ah, here we go. We go to the maintenance.
Hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before.
We burn it all
What's
down.
this? What's down here? Oh no. God no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were
I want to see all the
well
bad
worth
ones. It's a game creator, you get 10 good reviews, you get one bad one, the bad one sticks with you, unless you're immune to it.
Full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny with his humor.
Look, it's Struggle Play. Struggle Play lets the comment.
Unfunny. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights.
There was a review calling it unfunny obnoxious. Sounds like Mara commented on here.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy,
I love how salty the narrator
You
is.
can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't.
Oh, here's a good one.
Yeah. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down.
Oh, poor narrator.
Perhaps the
I almost feel
Stanley
bad for him.
Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remember.
But he needs to go through this moment to grow
What's
up.
this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of
He's
what's
right.
happening.
He's right. I'm sorry. He's
There was
right.
A skip button. A skip
He has a
button.
point. I mean, it's not my personal opinion, but
Yes, I think we can do
subjectively
that. If
he's
I'm truly
correct.
too
It's a
preachy,
valid
then-
opinion.
Then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Oh shit.
And here it is. You're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling
Does it work
monologue
again?
full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy
He's gonna hate
ruminations.
me. He's gonna hate me.
Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to
Okay, you know what I want to be and think. I feel bad for him. He learned his lesson. He doesn't need any more punishment. I'll let him talk.
I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps.
It's depressing.
To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their
I'm being
review
nice to him
in the
now.
first place. I guess I should become better educated on exactly how Steam works. Perhaps that would have been the smart thing to check on before I went about this whole exercise of making the skip button. Although I have to imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology at work, surely whoever it is runs Steam will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review, merely because
You
of
can't
this
edit
very
reviews?
situation. Yes, I think that's quite likely. Or perhaps they'll simply grant this particular user the ability to change their review, so that the feature is not widely abused. Look, I would even be okay with Steam altering this particular
Okay, narrator, I
review
get
so that
it.
it reads as something more beneficial.
We can move on to the
Something
game
along the
now.
lines of, this game is the best game. Let me start over. How
No,
about
don't start over.
from the ashes of depravity rises the phoenix of quality. How else to describe the
Hello,
Stanley
someone.
Parable Ultra Deluxe? Such a revolutionary step forward in the lineage.
I kinda
of one
wanna
of the most
skip,
beloved
but he
video
seems
game
already like on the
properties of all
verge of mental
time.
collapse.
The additions and changes made
You know
to
what
this
I mean?
expansion will surely resonate in the annals
I
of
kinda
the
wanna
history
let
of
him
all
ramble on,
media
just because I
ever
feel
made.
bad for him, like
It is
out of
perhaps
pity.
true to say that no mistakes are forever etched in stone, for the stone into which the Stanley Parable was carved has itself been transmuted, offering a message of hope to those
I'm gonna
who
get a
have
quick
ever
protein
erred
shake
in
while
their
he's rambling,
judgment. You are
and
not beyond
maybe he's gonna be done in a
redemption.
second.
You may
I'll see you
change,
guys.
and you may become more, so
Just so
much
he doesn't
more
start
than
crying.
you were before. If there is any message to be taken from the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, it is this. What is to have had such an experience? It leaves me hopeful that as a community, as a world, there is time for us to become our greatest selves, as great as we ever could dream of
He
in
done
our
yet?
wildest, most ambitious visions for a brighter future. Wow. Now, Stanley, that's a review. It's perfect. It's the
He's still
perfect
going on.
It's the review I've always dreamed of receiving.
We got the protein shake ending. No.
It's simply too
No, 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 no.
I have to experience this just
Okay,
one more
you know
time.
what? Now you're self-indulgent and I'm skipping it because you're being an
Okay,
asshole.
Welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about.
Well,
I know
then
it's
maybe
shocking,
don't
isn't it?
ramble
But
on.
at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here? Where did the door go? Wasn't there a door that led into this room? I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a
That's
window
possible.
or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere?
No,
A
I was gonna
porthole?
say there's windows.
Sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button to go anywhere other than the skip button. There was a door here. There was. Where did it go? Can you maybe just ram your way through a wall?
Nope.
Is there any possibility that you could, say, slam your body into the wall until enough damage is done for you to be able to leave? Please, I'll take any option at all. I'm asking you to work with me here. We need a door. We need a door of some kind.
Pretty much
I can
just
work
it.
with any
Someone
kind of
bought this
door
game for me,
as long as it
and
can
I decided
open
I'll
and
play
lead
it.
from one room
I don't
to
usually
another.
buy games usually.
I'm going to step away for just a moment, and I'm going to try to find us a door.
Alright,
I
dude.
don't know how exactly to remove
Can
a
you do it
door and
alone, or
place
do you
in a
need me?
different wall, but I will find a way, I promise. You just need to not do anything. Don't press the skip button. Please, please, please.
Why
do
not?
not press the skip button.
You gonna be lonely?
Wait here for me, and don't press the skip button. Got it? Yes, good. I'll be right back.
See, the thing is, do I feel bad for the narrator or not? Do we feel bad for the narrator? Let's see. This clock is not correct again. Let's enjoy the silence. You don't feel bad about it? You know what? We're gonna skip the wait time.
Stanley! Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer. And my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone.
No door.
I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times. And there's no door.
Well, narrator, you built this room.
There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long
Can't be
I'll
worse
made
than
to sit
sitting here.
And more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again. I can't control anything in this room.
Okay, we're done here.
Stanley, you're back. You're back.
His voice is weak.
Goodness, I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that.
Come on.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome.
12 hours into a week. That's a 14 times multiplicator. So it's gonna be 196 days now, half a year.
Keeping track after a year.
A year
Have you
only.
ever sat down in one place and not moved for one
I expected
entire
half a year.
Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed
Oh, not even.
opportunities. I felt nothing
It's
at all
multiplied by
but
14.
regret for the
Like quarter
longest
year.
time, Stanley.
I'm done. 10 years? The narrator died. The narrator is dead. We killed him, guys. This should be 100 years. A 1,000 years?
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point.
He's
It was
still
meant to
going
speak to the
on.
human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability, it's the
Well, it's
unwillingness
almost
to
as if
examine with an
reviews aren't just
uncompromising heart
one
the words that they are
amalgamous
speaking
block
into the
with one
world.
opinion.
As
It's
though
almost
there
as
were
if it's
no
different
consequences
individuals.
for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review.
Can we get out? Nope. Wow, the plant died.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
This reminds me of Frame Perfection. He's a Mario 64 speedrunner. He did a full, like, 50-minute speedrun, and the whole speedrun through, he just sang "Piss on my head." It was like, piss on my head, piss on my... The whole 50 minutes. He didn't stop. The clock oh shit, the clock fell down. Oh, well. Looks like soon this room is gonna be destroyed and we can get out. Almost there. We're almost out. Just another century. I wonder if the narrator is still alive. If you didn't waste your jumps. Oh, true. If I still had jumps. The room still exists? Surely soon the room will be turned on. Oh god. There was an earthquake or something. I can't get out. I want to skip the apocalypse, please. What happened? We ended the whole world. Oh shit, this was the yellow button struggle I was talking about. I completely didn't realize. Oh, we're back.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
Who restarted my game? Bye, struggle. New content, okay.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Alright, narrator, make it good this time. Hey guys, can you make a video talking about your workout routine? I can. I don't know if I will, but I kind of want to, yeah.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out. The original Stanley parable was a landmark, and any
Didn't he already tell me
for
this?
it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it
Mega
one
deluxe
step
nonsense.
even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
2? The end is never the end
Yes,
again.
you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory.
What will be sad about it,
with a
kiddos?
fully fledged sequel, an entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is
Taste the
what fans
sequel.
have truly been asking for. Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term
Her back,
franchising
2 doors.
potential.
Ultra Deluxe is a Nintendo name. It sounds like a joke name. Which I guess is what Stanley Parable
Now,
is
to
all
be clear,
about.
I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them.
Who took the red marker?
Out.
Me.
Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Let's wait to the show floor. Alright, show me what's gonna be. Show me all the new features here.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
A button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Amazing.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is... Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But
Jim.
of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really
Alright,
simulate
I'll
the
be
full
Jim.
experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
Jim.
Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory.
No.
If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button. Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first.
These stairs are also not stairs,
Allow
they are a
yourself to
slope.
become Jim. Imagine yourself driving to work as Jim, playing frisbee on the weekends as Jim.
Return to
staying up
Jim
all night
Island.
for a popcorn and horror movie
Finally.
sleepover as Jim. Developing a crippling substance addiction as Jim. Rediscovering yourself through fringe religious groups as Jim. And finally, dying a slow death at an old age, surrounded by members of your cult as Jim.
Man, this Jim is a
You feel
wildlife.
it in your soul? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
I am Jim.
Jim.
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you! Do it again, do it again!
Fine.
Jim.
Leave me alone.
It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Same. I wanna go somewhere else too.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable.
The expo?
too. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
What? I'm Stanley again? I thought I was gonna be Jim. Jump circle? I wanna get... Okay, free and easy achievement. I want the
Here's
achievement
something
first.
special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of
Nothing
ravenous
here.
fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you. And I promise it will.
I'm playing the Stanley Parable, Mushy.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen?
It's a
yet?
meta game. Can you find them? Can you find them? Can you find them?
Collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them,
True,
and then
true.
you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
My first Jim figurine.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Is that part funny, part annoying? But I think the annoyance is part of the funny. Slope again. Get the bucket. I didn't see a bucket.
Oh goodness, Stanley, this is fairly awkward. I hate to do this, but before you leave, you really should go to the bucket exhibit. You see, there's a surprise I was going to spring on you later, and it involves the bucket. And I really do hate to break the illusion, but it's important that you go see the bucket, okay? All right, I'll get out of your hair now.
The button that says Jim. Where's the bucket? Ah, the reassurance bucket. Please no screenshots.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. but I'm undecided on get well someday and happy 12th birthday. Which would you go with?
I took all the screenshots. There.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get well someday it is.
Well, thank you. Thank you, narrator. Glad you validate my opinion so much.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision, we're moving on. A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played.
Well, the bucket is not here.
I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and
It's not here.
your mind and your
Oh, there it
heart.
is.
True. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal, and perhaps...
We still don't know where the people went. Actually, we just figured out we are a schizophrenic men, and none of it makes sense, right?
While the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it?
No.
The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well?
Holy shit, this looks fucked.
Holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
So that's screen tearing.
Buckets seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2. Does anyone give out awards for
9.
most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
I have no idea how to scan a QR code. Infinite hole? This game so far, part funny, part annoying, but that's the point here.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle?
Give me new ones.
I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece
No!
then.
Give me jumps again. Aw, you're a dick. No screenshots. Oh, it's this part. I was gonna screenshot the shit out of it again. Just take a picture of use the app on your phone. My phone doesn't have an app like that. The holy moly, how deep can we dig? They copied my idea.
Stanley,
These
here's
fuckers.
an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is in fact a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling.
I've done this
You can
before.
fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium. You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions.
My hole is real.
So, now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Trippy.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Man, that's an ugly texture on the wall. Can you see it?
Okay, Stanley. I don't know quite how to say
The sound
this
is getting
tactfully,
deeper and
but
deeper.
It's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an
Am I gonna
extremely
die?
deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us.
You're the problem. Look,
Every pause button is a Roman numeral too. Oh my god.
Some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly?
I'm close to infinite, dude. You're not even 1% there to infinite. Infinite is infinitely bigger than your infinite.
And we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Okay, let's go
Great.
back.
Now, I'm very excited to show you.
Goodbye.
You see, I was right. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort.
This one was way shorter.
Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this
It
time?
was.
I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before.
Yo, Yuppie, thank you for the raid. Welcome to the Stanley Parable.
Infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite.
Jim Bucket Yuppie.
Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do
What?
here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above.
Is it gonna
Had
get
enough?
shorter?
I'm positively thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay.
Even shorter. Yes, we found a bucket.
I'm extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite.
Okay, I'm gonna keep going until the hole is gone.
Where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability in marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
Now I don't want to do it anymore.
There it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is
I
the
wish
hole
I had
not
jumps.
infinite, but it's barely even a... How is this still appealing to you?
I wish I
know
still
you're
had jumps.
obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit
Hello,
the
Yuppie.
teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the
It's not working.
teleport button not working?
Oh, you can only use them in a jump circle? I
Well,
see.
I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again.
Nope, it's broken,
Still
dude.
nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the
What?
hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could
We
ever
get the
have
gay
asked
baby
for.
jail
It's
ending?
a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole. I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
I do not just it. I have no interest in seeing it. At least the narrator is gone. It's the best ending, just you wait. Alright. I will keep walking circles. Dude, this looks like an oval. Is this a circle or an oval? What do you guys say? Nope, it's just my field of view. It's a circle. Circle in perspective. It's true, on my screen it's an oval, but on the 3D model it's a circle. Made in abyss. Kinda is. That's me. Wow, I'm ugly in this game. What is going on? Everything is fine. Rick and Morty? Oh, finally. This is a very weird ending. Is this gonna go on forever?
Stanley? Stanley? Stanley! Oh good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop
I have a virus in my brain now.
And wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole. From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle pip.
Toodle pip. Alright, bro. Toodle pip. Are we gonna go back? Aw. It restarted. Shit, we're here again.
Go on, try out some of the new features.
We're not going in the hole again. Do I get a second one? Nope. Wait, did the bug just disappear? Huh. Doodle pip. Let's go up there. The bucket is weird light. New muck. No screenshots.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the
12
new features?
screenshots.
Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work.
Clip.
There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
Let's do a narrator. I don't want you to get bad reviews again. Last time you get bad ones, you kinda were on the verge of suicide. I don't want that to happen.
The Stanley Parable 2.
How do I play with it?
I mean, there's potential here, right? It's
I have 36 jumps left.
Never mind.
There's potential
Hold
again.
on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley?
No jumps. Nope.
This
This
isn't
one's
a
bad.
coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it, no matter how good these gags are.
We've been going
they
hard
won't
on this
stand
whole
their
time.
own. They would
What's that
need
mean?
the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2.
Yes, narrator, I get it. Now let me play.
Put something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
All right, let's go. Wait, we're actually in it now? We actually just started the game?
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Let's see if it's
Employee
different.
number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came.
All right.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
You missed the whole
Perhaps
title
he had
screen?
simply missed a
Well,
memo.
too bad.
Stanley felt the bucket calling to him, begging him to pick it up.
The buckets?
Why was he not doing it? Stanley picked up the bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
All right.
Entered the door of his
Maybe the
bag.
bucket will help prevent the nuclear apocalypse.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd... Coming to a staircase, Stanley
Yo,
and the
Bioback.
bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along?
It was the bucket.
Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Let's see if the bucket helps us.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all
I'm gonna
Stanley
hit
could do to keep
on.
himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing
I missed the
him,
Stanley figurine.
comforting him,
No!
reassuring that
I
in
can't
this
collect all
darkest
6
moment of
now.
uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Ah, yeah, let's do it.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock.
How do I skip this one?
Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this. and
I'm
it
a
very
speedrunner
nearly
now
burst
with my
into
bucket.
tears as Stanley cradled
The
it
bucket's not
gently,
crying.
reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Bucket, you can't cry. You have to reassure me, not the other way around.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it.
My poor
His
bucket.
own life in someone else's control? Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except...
Yeah, I bet I can
for
get
the
like a
bucket.
suicide ending if it jumped down there. I was
Here
curious
was the
about that.
proof. The heart of the operation.
But first, I want the
Controls
bucket
labeled with
to save my
emotions,
life.
Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very
Hey
place.
Zaina, yeah, gaming
The
stream.
cold reality of his past began to sink in. Stanley decided that this... But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls.
The bucket did it.
Stanley gasped in horror. Had this
No.
been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for
Whoops,
itself?
I'm sorry for punching my microphone.
The bucket had betrayed him like this. Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen. Birds. Silly birds. The control buttons became active again.
Yeah, I'm fine with this. Oh, it just repeats the same one over and over.
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds
The
imaginable.
bird ending.
Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
Ah, we got a happy ending. Very nice. What the fuck is going on? We're looking at silly birds. Oh boy.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted.
True.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door.
I kind of want to
with
get the suicide ending. But at the same time, I don't want to go through all that. There's also the escape thing. We get the suicide. We go and kill ourselves and see what happens. Can I say that on Twitch? Will I get banned?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's
I will jump
office.
down. Why live if I don't have my bucket?
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway.
Appreciate it. Thank you, narrator. That was the first time I liked the narrator. He says that until he remembers that his cooking sucks. I tried to make the chicken today, Zena, and it turned out way too chewy. I hate the chicken I made. It's not good.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I did not even see your cargo platform yet.
Aha! You've made it to the bottom of the mind control facility.
Damn it, I did.
You see, back when the Stanley Parable
But maybe I
first
let it in
launched
too long because I was
2013,
watching something.
Getting to the bottom of the mind control facility was a bug that we simply didn't catch during development. And you all sent us lots of photos of it on Twitter and acted very superior about it.
He's
And you're
so
all
salty.
Very, very clever. Good for you. Anyway, when it came time to update the game, we knew that we had to do something about this little goof of ours. So here you go. New
Nice,
content.
Zena. Perfect.
You can call it the bottom of the mind control room ending, if that enhances your perception of the value of these updates. Isn't that what you crave? New content?
He's so
Always
salty.
More content, more content, more.
He was going on about wanting more content earlier.
I'm here to make it seem like we really
Why is it
covered
my
every
fault
nook and
now?
cranny of the game with secrets and Easter eggs. How about this? We wrote a new piece of music just for this section. You won't hear it anywhere else in the game. It's a secret that's just for you. That's how special you are. We
I'm a
call
very
this
special guy.
Good job, you've made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. Well done.
This song's just for us.
Good job. You did it. Good
Narrator's spiteful, yeah. He's such a bad sport. I think you're meant to hate the guy. Because like, he's being an asshole about everything. His story sucks. He's pretending to be so smart with his obvious commentary. He never shuts up.
But now it's an ending, I believe in you, I believe in your ability to cross this barrier and chase your dreams. But railings don't mean anything. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it.
How long is this?
Good job, you
Where's
did
my
it.
skip button?
Good job, you did it. 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 Good job, you did it.
Bucket was a good character, I agree. You wanna kill him again, the narrator? Yeah.
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
And
but
Stanley knew
had
it
felt
fully
the
well.
bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge
Can
was
we
simply the
spend
place
our
to
time
be.
in the broom?
And here it was.
Ending
Had
with the
bucket
buckets?
turned out to be correct. Was this better than the meeting? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Okay.
And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Heh.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his
Shit, we are
boss's
back to the
office
normal
was
part.
where he'd come into a staircase.
You think we
Stanley
won't
and
go
the bucket walked
schizophrenic if we are
upstairs
with
to
the buckets?
boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours.
Surely the bucket will keep us
And in
comfort
such
and
a
we won't go
competitive
schizophrenic this
combat,
time.
Why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Have
He
we
looked
gotten
down
all
at the
those
bucket and laughed.
Stanlerines?
Am I
The
crazy?
what?
He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket.
You think there's figurines
yet
around
felt
here?
None of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone
no.
else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong.
The bucket's not
Surely
real.
no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me! The bucket!
Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket.
Come to me, Stanley! Find
Where's my special
He
bucket?
had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from.
Oh
The
no.
real bucket was inside of him.
Inside
all
me?
along. It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
I went crazy.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
It's this again.
Mariella woke
I
up
love
on a
my
day like
bucket.
any
Pill
other.
time. Where's my
She
bucket?
rose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day,
That's
her walk
fucking
was
stupid.
interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself.
She
and then
stole our
collapsed dead
bucket.
on the sidewalk.
This dumb bitch
Right
stole our
away,
bucket.
She knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad. ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him.
True.
Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can
Does
be.
everyone have a bucket in this world?
And she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything.
Ugh.
Yes, she did.
My life kicks ass.
And she backflipped all the way to work. How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries?
No bucket
Did something
today.
crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
The window bug? No. Wait.
The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
I don't see a window bug. I can't go to the beginning. Use the chair to climb. Heh. Try out this one. Which one? The 4-3-2 one, right here. Okay. 4-3-4. Okay. Well, this one looked the most promising.
Yes, whispered the bucket into Stanley's ear.
We've done it. We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky narrator. At last, out here in the white void, we are alone. Now, and for the first time, I can reveal to you my true self.
The bucket began
We're
to tell
surely not
Stanley of its
schizophrenic,
life and its
right?
history, of the countless wars it witnessed, desecrating the land and lives of untold numbers of innocent humans, and the bucket's own complicity therein, of sadness and regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb
This
the
is
madness
sad.
and the decay, if only it had been stronger. Of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man, to manifest justice where none existed, and the bittersweet reality of time, to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway, meted out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow
Can you
of
believe Mara didn't
inspiration
like this game?
begins to dim.
I can definitely see why someone would
Opportunities to
dislike
do
this
so
game,
much
yes.
more. There was so much
I
it
think
could
it's
have
funny,
done,
though.
Perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself, perhaps if it had seen its own darkness with a clearer perception. This was way too much for Stanley.
What are you talking about?
He screamed.
You're a bucket!
To this, the bucket furrowed its brow.
It's brawl.
Said the bucket.
Not since the evil wizard Gambhorata first ensnared me in his machinations as payback for the sacred amulet I stole from his treasured vaults. I was young back then and could not conceive the ramifications of... No!
Stanley screamed even louder this time.
This is stupid! You are a bucket! This is so stupid! Why are we even doing this?
As Stanley screamed and screamed and screamed, the bucket revealed its true form, transforming into a mighty beast of untold power, its fangs glistening like...
Okay. We're gonna play Skyrim.
My God, Stanley, you did it. You saved us from the bucket. Thank God you already had all 12 emblems of sages and knew the incantations to summon their true power. Otherwise, we would have easily been overwhelmed by the bucket's power. I'm speechless.
You've demonstrated such bravery here today. Come, let's restart the game, and we'll agree to never again go trifling with this bucket, nor the dark magic cast away.
Yeah, the bucket's an asshole. I don't think we catch it again. He kicked the bucket. God damn it, Zena. I have no idea what that is, Bio. I'm just kind of running through the game. Like, I have no idea what's going on. There was a phone, you're right. I didn't hear the phone.
Hello. This is a recorded message scheduled either by you or a person in your place of work. The purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages. If at any time you believe you are listening to a recorded message, please terminate it immediately and cease all flow of information from the recorded message into your perceptual sphere. Thank you, and have a pleasant day.
Okay. Interesting.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his
I'm
left.
unsure what to do now. I will go here.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly.
I know there's one
well.
room in the boss's
Perhaps
office that
he
we
wanted
didn't
to
go into
stop
at
by the
all.
employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Try some new paths. I didn't like make a note of every path.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
I kind of want to
realize
land on there, but I think I'm
investing
gonna
your
die.
trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
I
Are
do.
you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Yes.
Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me...
You found one of them.
I
One of
found
the
a Stanley figurine.
figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor
I saw
each
these
and
emails
every
and
moment
stood
you
and
come
I
across
decided
one of
to
these
just ignore
beautiful
them.
figurines.
You can sit on a chair when there's a phone call. Heh.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Okay.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time?
Nope.
The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now.
It seemed like the most
Don't you
unlikely
see
choice
what's
to make,
coming,
which is
Stanley?
why I made that choice.
I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Hello, Kaki. What is the question, Kaki?
What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just... No, wait. Where are you going? Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, no! Oh, thank God you lived. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
Alright, narrator, make your plea. Try to stop me. Alright, Zena, see ya. Hello, run through him. Yep, gaming. Well, he doesn't say much.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
Sure, buddy.
Perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about. I know you'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you?
Alright, I don't think the narrator has much of a plan.
No, perhaps not.
I wish I could jump again. I miss jumping.
My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be
There's nothing to do, narrator. I wanna go somewhere else.
To keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
Yo, Don! Thank you for the sub.
Maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us
That
to
is
get along.
awful.
But I guess that was too much to ask.
I wonder what the bucket does here too.
Looks like you wanted to make a choice.
But I'm not
after
willing to
all.
do it again with the bucket.
Well, this one is yours.
I don't wanna. Whoa.
Is it over? It's going to restart.
Shit, I forgot the ground pound before I
I'm
land.
going back. Wait, Stanley thought to himself. I'm not sure that the orders stopped coming in. How is that possible? Warmth spread through Stanley's.
Alright, let's explore the last room in the boss's house, office, that we didn't go to yet.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Let's see it. Can't get any work so true. How can we find them? Is there a figurine in here? Trust the completionist instinct. Room, lots of boxes. Some of them red and blue. Nearby a fireplace, a private but smelly place for an important person. Oh. Large room, lots of boxes. Don't know where that is. Stairs? I don't know where that is. Nearby a fireplace. That looks like the boss's office. And the boss's toilet. Alright. Anyone in here?
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves
Nope,
the bucket.
my bucket.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Let's see, the fireplace. Right here.
Stepping into
No!
the manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing presence of the bucket.
Where's the figurine?
Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him, always. The bucket would. And he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
I feel like there's a figurine around here. I don't know where the stairs are, but
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
that something would happen. How do I get the figurine?
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along?
Maybe it's
Was
behind
the
the
bucket
fireplace.
guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation. Another miniature Stanley figurine. This,
I got half of them.
There really must be a snappier name for these
Did
things.
you just walk up the
What
stair? Oh, maybe it's at the
mini
bottom of the
Stanleys?
staircase.
Stanley figs. Or What about
Stanlerines.
Stanlerines?
That's the one Bioback
Yes,
said.
I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Okay, actually there's a place we haven't been here yet, but just the escape place. So this isn't too bad. I don't want you guys to tell me where they are. I'll find them. See ya, Ricardo. Bye-bye.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
We haven't been here yet.
The passageway had the word escape written on it. The truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
Let's go. Violent death.
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley
So
and
in
the
the
bucket
bucket,
still
look inside
had
the
every
bucket.
opportunity to turn around
How do I look
and
inside?
get back on track. At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Painful death. Boo. Holds. It's the killing facility.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley
PLC,
reflected
I don't
on how
have a jump.
meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket. But what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
Bye-bye. Goodbye, cruel world. Oh?
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end, as it was crushed violently to death. It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was
This gives me Porter vibes, but he tried to be really funny about the potato in the second part. This is what they're doing with the bucket. We changed the life of Sylvia off as a result of this exhibit. I don't think so.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life? No man can own
This is a bit
bucket,
excessive.
and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
Thanks for the big bucket picture. Too late.
But there is something we can do.
I already stole a new bucket.
Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong. Let Stanley die.
Wow.
Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world.
Well, that's kind of gruesome. I got killed for taking a bucket. Am I dead? The end is loading.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So that was the other direction I wanted to go in the boss's office.
Stanley picked up the
Which I
bucket
will.
and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
So when you go up the stairs, I wanna go left. I didn't do that before. Let's see. Stairs, something to do with stairs. A private, okay. So box room, stairs, and a toilet, probably. That's where we wanna go. And these are
Coming to a
stairs.
staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Knew
Lately,
it.
I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get
Case
from seeing the
simulator?
small number in
Oh,
the corner
no.
of your screen go up by 1?
He's going to the toilet.
I'm sure it will come to me.
Look, I don't spend that much time on the toilet. I spend an appropriate amount of time on the toilet, and I don't waste my time on there. I spend it productively reading books. Aha!
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler and Marines. Very soon.
Only the
you'll
box room is
select the
missing,
last one,
which
and
I have
then
no
the
idea where it
first
is.
number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them, and now we have them all. You
How many
can't
books
go
have you read
back
on
to when you
toilet?
had no Figler and
Just
Marines.
one for now.
None of us can.
Before reading the book, I played Baba Azio, and I finished Baba in the toilet. I think I might want to... Actually, we didn't go all the way to the end here.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional... But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes.
Starts
This
with
is
C and
certainly
ends
the
with
most
T.
logical
Cunt.
explanation.
Did I guess right?
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
And we have to go the escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it,
Wait, did I
the
go
truth
wrong?
was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket were
Wasn't
both
there like a
meeting
room
violent death.
where you could, like, move on stairs?
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket
There was like a
still
thing
had
that
every
moved back and
opportunity
forth?
to turn around and get back on track.
And I stepped on it and I ran off.
At
And
this
then we
point,
got the self-harm
Stanley and
ending.
the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
That's through the right door? Ah, shit. Whoops. Well, if this doesn't lead anywhere, we'll just restart. Yeah, let's just restart. Through the right
All of
door.
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
No
simply
bucket
missed
this
a
time.
memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Right.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on
And
his
I think it
left.
was down here then.
And so he detoured through the maintenance
And then it was
section,
here, maybe?
walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
And yeah, I do want the last
But
figurine.
Stanley didn't want to go
Wrong
back to
again?
the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now, in order to get back, he
Oh
needed
shit,
to
it's
go
this place.
from
Fine, we'll start again. Setting is amazing though. I think we did it.
just a
What
step
happened
through this
here?
door, Stanley thought to
He
himself.
kept opening
"That's all I
doors,
need.
and then we had to
If I
choose
can
between
make
red
it
and
through
blue.
this door, I can make it through them all.
That's the confusion ending.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct
Yeah,
way
we
to
already
the
beat the
meeting room,
confusion
and
ending.
Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the
The one you
employee
restarted at
lounge first,
99%.
just to admire it.
I didn't restart it.
Stanley felt
I
like
finished it.
butterflies in his stomach, but eager to get
Unofficially.
back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Only one missing.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Nope, that's not it.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss.
God damn it, we've been here. See, I wasn't very systematic, but
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a
what
memo.
happened?
The good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket. Off on another thrilling adventure together.
We can open them? Dark mode? We unlocked dark mode?
Stanley pressed the bucket upon every little thing in the office. Nothing responded to the bucket's touch, but it did little to discourage Stanley's belief in the magic of the bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
Alright,
and
we won't listen
this
to him at
was
all.
not the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Ah, here we go.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
I will
Good.
do what the bucket tells
Now
me.
ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Do we jump off?
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
There's lots of boxes around here.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past this point." Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness. I think we
It's
have
before
to
I
do
get on the
something
lift.
about it.
Alright. I mean, I was gonna look there around anyway.
Could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
What? He put me in timeout?
Now then,
I'm getting a
going to
bucket
run you through
tutorial.
some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is
Alright.
not a bucket.
I bet I can get 100% on this quiz.
Item 1. Is this a bucket? Incorrect. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Wow.
Item 2. Is this a bucket? Incorrect. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual
What?
bucket.
I swear he's making this shit up just so I'm wrong all the time.
Is this a bucket? Correct.
I got it right.
This is a bucket. Item 4. Is this a bucket?
What?
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one.
You can use it as a bucket if you like the top part. You can put water in it.
Is this a bucket? Correct.
I knew it.
This is a bucket.
He doesn't even explain it.
Item 6. Is this a bucket? Trick question. Both. Gotcha. Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere. Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something, and therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing?
No, I'm saying nothing is a bucket.
Stanley.
Not
Do
a
you
bucket
believe
is
that
nothing.
Nothing is a bucket? You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was
The
all
answer
I ever
yes
had
to all.
begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game.
What?
entirely. Okay, here we go.
No more buckets?
What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear?
Oh, because everything's a bucket.
Was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue. But it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what. I'll reset everything, and we'll put back all of the buckets.
We got the bucket ending.
And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person. All right, here we go.
This is a modern Descartes. True. I get that reference. Because I'm smart on culture like that.
How
I have no idea what Descartes
Stanley
is.
was alone. Finally. This is great. Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be... Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him.
I don't want to,
telling
Lena.
him that the
I just want to
employee
explore.
lounge was simply the
I don't want
place
to
be.
rigidly go through every
And here it
possibility.
was.
I think
But
that's
the
a
bucket
very
turned
boring
out
way
be
to play the game.
correct. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Surely the last Stanley is here. Stanlerine. I found it.
And there it is. The last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I
True.
would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, Instead, I'll just say it's done.
It does cut off sentence
We're all done
sometimes.
here. And now we can go to
'Cause I'm
whatever
running
the
too
hell you were
fast.
doing before you hunted for figurines.
Hey, we got the nothing. Can I get down there without dying? I know that I can go into the vent. That much was obvious. Did they make the collision bigger? So you can't do that? Like, did they realize their fuck up in the first game with all the collisions? And now we can't do this anymore? How sad. Wait, am I stuck? The desk with the light? Huh.
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes.
And they really like buckets in the deluxe edition.
Sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the
Yep,
emptiness
I
in
am.
my chest when I
It's a
sit
funny
down
but very annoying game.
doesn't
Some are both.
make sense. There's no explanation for it.
It made you scared.
Still haven't figured out
Him rambling
why
about
I
buckets is
see the
scary.
world
Alright.
so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so.
I am Cookie 9.
What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it. Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket.
No, I said it's annoying but funny.
This
It's both.
is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now,
I'm not
I
a
don't know who
5-year-old.
I'll be trying to...
Scariest thing in the world to me is the Five Nights at Freddy's lore.
Who's there?
I can't go to sleep at night because I'm thinking about Freddy Fazbear. Wait, so the Gumborta law is real? Gumborta's an Enderman? Can't go to sleep at night because I watched too many snuff. True, true. We've all been there. MadPad really scared me.
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines, those figlets.
What's
I
with
haven't
them?
stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone?
Oh god.
I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
I hope he doesn't go depressed over stupid reviews again. I can better, but come on. She's gonna cry if I do.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
Wait, I got a 7th one?
And here was a second Stanlerine. You found this one all on your own, just by poking around by the red and blue doors.
Oh, yeah.
You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable
Did it memorize the order in which I collected them?
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember?
I do. Can you remember?
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here, behind the boss's office. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything.
What?
Let's see, what came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
I don't trust that one. This one's not real. Do I pick it up or do I not pick it up? I will pick it up just because I'm greedy.
This was the 5th mini Stan, and this one was really something special. It was in the boss's bathroom. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly
No, they skipped the real 4th one, which was at the stairs. They tricked you. No, they're gaslighting you. The pink room doesn't exist. They made you pick between the 3rd and the 4th one in order to trick your brain into accounting for it. And then they gaslit you by putting something else there. That's what they did. I have not lost my mind. You guys are gaslighting me.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that
Thank
video,
you for this
but it was
2008
8
video.
minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
Uh-oh.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here in the warehouse.
Oh, I
This
can't
memory
jump
is the
off.
most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself,
We would
yes,
never gaslight.
that's all of
Gaslighting?
them.
There you
They're
go,
all
making up words
connected.
again.
It was a moment
Unbelievable.
unlike any other. Except for the other
You're so
moments
silly,
picking up figurines,
making
which
up words
was
like that.
exactly like. And then there was no more. because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, memory zone.
I know.
I'm not
It was the right
done.
order.
I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels. Okay, yes.
Hey.
This spot in the warehouse. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
I'll get all the figurines. Number go up feels good.
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
We are not watching it again. No!
Yes, I love that video. Still
This
don't
one's not
remember the
real.
Pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room. These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have muted the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
No, I can't get this one. Can't believe chat is gas-licking me.
This was our second figly.
You can, but
yes,
I would just throw
remember
it away.
too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it?
Are you allowed
This is it. The
to mail
very
trash
first
to
one we
someone
found in the
and then they have
exhibit
to get
where
rid
I
of the trash?
introduced you to the figurines. Oh,
This is like a
I got
petty way
more
to annoy them.
memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Like imagine you're like a billionaire, you're like really rich, and you just spend like $100 mailing something to someone, and it takes them like an hour of work or $10 to get rid of it.
Look, it's the terrible
So you
new
just spend like $1
content
billion
that we were
to make them
originally sold on.
to make like the
I
whole
remember
life
everything
trash.
back then. But time does put a rosy filter on everything.
They can
In
send it
fact,
back, yeah,
I
but it will
guess
cost them
I'm
money.
actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. I want more. More memories. Oh, yes, the two doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
No, it won't. So can they just say I don't want this mailed to me?
And before everything else, there was your
Don't you have to
office.
be home 24/7? Because they can just deliver it to your house.
Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office? There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember. Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And
So
then
they don't just leave it at
somewhere
your
along the
porch?
way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy, and I came up with, well...
What about small
character
mail
named
letters?
Stanley to do
Blowing
my
up your
thinking for
mailbox.
me. He would make the decisions, he would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps
Probably
I
do that
needed to
too,
imagine
yeah.
I had companionship. And
Well, I better
Stanley
not
really
become a
did make
billionaire,
for
because I've
wonderful
got a...
companion,
If
even
anyone's
he was
pissing
a
me off, I'm doing that to them.
But, I suppose it's grown old.
Gonna spend $1 million to send your trash in the mail. You
I
can't
want to go
stop me.
back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own.
It's not
again.
illegal, is it?
I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was
We're becoming
so much
undone?
fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much.
And we got the ending.
Here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Someone 2639 on SoundCloud. He found it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Did we do it?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
A good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth
Whoa.
and comfort now more than ever.
No
Perhaps
more
his boss's office was where he'd
Stanlerines.
find answers.
Did we beat the game? I think we 100%ed the game. I think we're done.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
I think we're done. We beat the game. I got all the buckets, all the Stanlerines. I think I'm done. GG. I got the full ending to my... There's more? Yeah, I figured there's more ending, but I feel content with my gameplay now. There isn't really anything I can think of that I want to explore. I think for my taste, we're done. Wait, there's more? I mean, there's more content, yeah.
Stepping into his manager's office,
The blue door. Okay, everyone's telling me the blue door. We're doing the blue door. With or without bucket.
all of his co-workers were gone.
I will take the bucket, just for
Stanley
comfort.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply...
The embrace of an old friend, a weathered companionship that stands the test of time.
Stanley clutched the bucket.
It requires no bucket, okay. Well, we'll take the blue door with no bucket then.
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time.
Okay, what's the route again? Just do the opposite of the
Stanley
instructions
came to
all
a
the
set
time.
of two open doors. This was
Correct.
not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge
All
first,
right.
just to admire it. It was okay. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Just kidding. I can already feel someone was
Stanley
typing,
was
no,
so bad
Case,
at
no!
following
Don't do it!
Incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Someone probably just got a fucking heart
Look,
attack.
Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing in your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
What? Really? I was in the middle of something.
Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really
think
do
it's this
want
way.
to help you, to
Yes.
show you something
Blue door.
beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
The door couldn't even open.
Perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
Let's see it.
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that?
You didn't. Your story
And in
sucked.
the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want?
Needed to be
Vehicles?
more
Slow
shopping.
trees? Work with
What's the
me. You've given
review?
me absolutely nothing so far.
It was not good enough for women.
What? Let me
Needs
take a
more
stab in
shopping.
the dark at the design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead,
This looks
Stanley.
unfinished.
Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest.
I'm giving you a
looking for
2.
some real critical feedback here.
This place has shoes, I
Now,
love
this
shoes.
is
Oh my
useful.
god, shopping, shopping,
Didn't
shopping,
like
shopping,
it,
shopping.
But you didn't totally hate it either. You enjoyed it, perhaps is the correct term. It didn't cause you excruciating pain. Big steps we've made here today, Stanley. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Alright. Worldwide leaderboard. Daniel, 21 whatever, skip the intersequence. Only the West representative race chose the blue door. 98% players are more attractive than Stanley. Wow, I'm dead last. I didn't play for 7 hours. There's also more than 9,000 players. And that's 5 doors per ending. That doesn't check out.
Now, would you say that
No, I won't
competitive
just do it.
leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors?
I'm not
Again,
putting memes
honest
in
answers,
RTYR.
please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some play testing.
He's gonna abuse
You
me as a
wouldn't mind
beta
taking a look at
tester?
it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls next. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Oh no! I forgot to press the button.
Bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for you. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here?
He's taking this better than last time someone hated this game.
Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot. Aha! Fascinating. What do you
What
think
the
this game
fuck?
is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose.
What?
Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity.
Claw talks.
I love everything about this game, Stanley, and it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Oh, it was Minecraft that it changed it?
No, it can't
Yeah.
be.
That makes sense.
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off. Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it.
And like God physically hurts him.
Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Rocket League.
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed. Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports
Where's the ball?
Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must.
Where's the ball?
Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun. Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on?
Yes.
Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball. Yes. Oh goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to... Hold on. What are you doing?
I followed the ball.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you.
He's
How will
gone.
you write a story without me? You
We got
can't
away?
do it, you know.
We're safe. He can't hurt us here. You didn't even see them ball. They were my balls, right? Yeah. But I wanted to follow my ball. Heh. What?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice. And if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it.
Ugh.
He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no
He's
other
kind of
way.
right.
Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
He wants me to restart. Oh. Alright, I think now we're done. I think we're now officially done.
Stanley decided to go to...
This will be it for today. I'll see you guys in the next stream, where we will go back to hacking. We'll work on the boss in Course 7. I added sick world lighting to the game. It will look really cool. See you next time. Bye bye.